Hey guys, I already tried recording this once, but unfortunately it didn't work out because Jinx had his collar on, and there was a couple points where you could actually see his tags, and I don't think you could make anything out, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And the whole thing, I tried to blur it and it just didn't work. So yeah, I took his collar off, so hopefully we won't have that mistake again. He's all over me because I'm sitting on the floor. And he's needy. So anyway, I thought I would do an update video pretty much and talk about what happened in 2019, and like I said, I already filmed this once, so you mind? Anyway, yeah, so like I said, I already filmed this once, but so basically 2019 was the year from hell for me, and I'm just gonna talk about what happened and why it sucks so fucking much. Mind? So, I guess I'm just gonna deal with Jinx being all over me today. So the first thing I want to talk about is, so the year started out probably pretty much okay. I don't really remember most of the beginning of the year because of everything that happened later. Can I leave now? Okay. So, basically what happened is that in May, I lost my cat, and she had to be put down, and I'm not going to get too much into it. I've been thinking about making another video about it and going more in depth and talking about it, but, every time I try to record it, I end up breaking down and crying, and it just doesn't go well. So, yeah, I haven't gotten that recorded or anything yet, so I don't know if it's gonna happen. It may, but, basically what happened is that I had my cat from the time I was 5 years old, and she was 15 or 16 years old, and so 2 days, what happened was that 2 days after my 21st birthday, she had to be put down, and like I said, I may go into it more in depth in another video, but I just don't really want to talk about it right now. So then, 2 months after that, about 2 months, my dad's cat suddenly, he was 5 or 6, and it was really sudden. With Beauty, my cat, we kind of saw it coming a little bit. Not that that made it any easier, but with my dad's cat, it was 1 minute he was fine, and then the next he wasn't. And by the time that he got to the emergency vet, he was just pretty much already gone. So we don't know what happened, and we never will. Honestly, there's no probably about it. We never will, because there's no way we can know, really. So, like I said, if I do a video about my cat, then I'll talk more about that, but I don't want to get into it right now because I just want to get through this video. College. So I've been in and out of college the past couple years, pretty much, and it's not been going well. And so what happened is that, so I was planning to go to one college, which is pretty far away, and I was planning to go there because my mom was telling me oh, it's great there, you'll love it, because my brother was talking about transferring there, so they went and did a tour and everything, and my mom was oh, you'd love it here, it'd be great for you and Jinx. And so I got in there, and I was excited to go there, and then we realized there's nowhere to live around there. And the original plan was actually for my parents to move up there and get a house that had land for the horses, so that, because it's 3 hours from where they live now, so the idea was I'd live with them and commute, because that way I'd be able to see my horses more often and whatever. But unfortunately nothing was in the budget, because everything was everything was either, had land was out of budget, wasn't fenced, or it was on a mountain, or was white trash. That's really the only way to put it, is everything around there is white trash. There's the town around the campus, which is nice, and then Everything outside of that is trash. So then I ended up actually getting into the college that my brother goes to because he decided not to transfer, and so I got into the place he was going because it's really the only college around that I could get into. So I ended up with basically like 2 months to get into an apartment and get signed up for classes and everything, and I ended up taking 2 classes that I absolutely hated. I won't get too much into that, but one was because the professor was an asshole, and the other class was Biology 101, Bio 101, it was just insanely difficult, and like everyone I talked to, and like other people who were in the class, my parents, everyone was like, yeah, that's way too advanced for Bio 101. And then with my ADHD, like the book was so insanely technical that like I could not get through it. So I ended up having to find videos on YouTube, and that's the only thing that let me pull off a C. Like I was having panic attacks and like a nervous breakdown because I was sure I was going to fail both those classes. So next semester I'm taking 3 courses, and that's primarily because like I'd be taking 4, but I need to pick a major. Like these are the only classes I can really take without needing to pick a major. So I have to do that next semester or over summer or something because I have no idea what I'm going to do. My horses. So there's been there's basically been no videos of them. So the reason for that is basically I can't ride them for various reasons, and because of that I haven't really been doing much with them that is interesting for a video. Like mostly it's been me going out and like standing in the pasture hanging out with them or whatever, which doesn't really make an interesting video, and there's not really much I can do with footage like that, so I just haven't really recorded anything. And I also don't see them as much anymore because I now live on my own and I'm like an hour and a half from my parents, who my horses are with my parents. So I can get more into why I don't get to ride them or really do as much with them anymore. But again, that's something that's gonna take a while. So like if you guys want me to do it, like let me know and I'll make a video explaining the situation. But for now, suffice it to say that they still do get plenty of love and attention, and they're still very happy and healthy and everything. I'm going down on Friday to get their hooves trimmed. So. And I also made them a cake over Christmas, and they love that. So they're doing fine. They're happy. So I've been in a major depressive episode since Christmas. So that's been great. Basically what happened is that it's just a very bad time of year for me in general, and with losing my cat and the ending of a decade. It's just been a lot, and like I've been, for a couple months now, I've felt like I've had a depressive episode coming, and I've been able to like push it off, kind of. It's hard to explain really, unless like, it's just hard to explain. And so what happened is that over Christmas my mom actually gave me this framed painting of my cat. And that just kind of pushed me over the edge. So since then, I've pretty much been in a major depressive episode. I don't want to get too much into it. But also like I said, the ending of the decade has been really hard on me. And basically it feels like an ending. Like, I don't know how else to put it, because like so many people are so excited for like the new decade. No, it's 2020 and this year's gonna be different, but like everyone is, like every year, and everyone's so excited for the new year, blah blah blah. But for me it just feels like an ending, because it's like, I lost my cat, I moved out of my parents' house, just a lot happened that like I feel like a big part of my life came to an end. I don't know how else to put it, but it just feels like a lot just changed. And I know it's a completely arbitrary thing, and that like New Year's is completely arbitrary and there's no real like significance to it except what we put on it, but it just really does feel like a big ending. I don't know how else to put it. I'm actually gonna, this year, I'm going to work on trying to get a bipolar diagnosis. So, because I'm like 99% sure I have it, like, I just don't know which, like, I don't think I have bipolar 1. Like, if anything, I think I probably have bipolar 2. I don't know. But I think I probably have some form of it, so I'm gonna try to get, like, a diagnosis if possible this year. So, we'll see what happens with that. This year I am gonna try to make more videos. Like, I'm gonna try to get my shit together, hopefully, at least a little bit more than it was last year, because last year was just a mess. So I'm gonna try to get, like, more shit together and actually make more videos. Like, I'm already planning at least 2 other videos. Like I said, the one with my cat, if I can actually get through that one without crying my eyes out and making, I don't know. I don't know if that one's ever going to get done, honestly. Like, I want to make it and I want to talk about it, but yeah. It's very it's really hard to talk about and get through. So I want to actually make videos about, like, me and Jinx too, about, like, his what he does to help me and, like, what he's task trained for, and just, like, stuff of him working for me, that kind of thing. I'm not sure how I feel about 2020. Like, so I'm recording this on the 7th, so it's been 7 days into 2020, and it feels like the end of the world. And I wish I was exaggerating, but that's legitimately how it feels to me. Like, it feels like the world's coming to an end. Because, Australia's on fire. I'm pretty sure California is still on fire. I'm pretty sure it has been for the past couple years. And now we may be in World War III. Which, like, of course, the annoying orange got us into World War III. I've been afraid of this happening pretty much since 2016. At this point, I thought we were probably safe. But no, because they're talking about impeachment, and because the House, I think the House, already impeached him, and now the Senate, like I said, I could have those two mixed up, but now because the Senate might potentially have to vote on it, he's got to distract us, and, like, this is what he does. Like, if somebody's talking about a scandal or something related to him, he has to start shit, pretty much. He's like a toddler. It's like, God forbid we talk about the impeachment. No, let's get us into World War III, and then no one can talk about impeachment. Then we just all have to worry about whether we're going to live or die. It's a nightmare, honestly. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like with the way things are going with global warming and climate change and all this other bullshit, and now this, it just legitimately feels like we're living in an apocalypse. Like, this feels like a dystopian future. Like, I feel like I'm living in a dystopian future novel. Like, it's just like, it's insane. I'm hoping that next year, potentially, or the year after, if nothing else, that I can move back up north, because I hate where I live now. I'm not going to say where I live, because you guys don't need to know, but I'm hoping I can move back up north soon. So I don't know, it depends on a lot of things, because, like, in-state tuition is, like, half as much as out-of-state tuition, and I have in-state right now, so it's kind of a mess. So, like, if I want to move, I'd have to pay out-of-state tuition, so it's, like, twice as much, which even the in-state is way too much if you ask me. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping to actually get some shit accomplished in 2020, but I don't know. We might all die tomorrow, so I don't know. I'm in a weird place right now, so anyway. So that's pretty much what happened in 2019. Like,